Welcome to the MindSpark with Bianca, where we engage in meaningful conversations about social pressing issues. Today, we're shining a spotlight on girl child labor, a very pervasive issue that affects millions of girls around the globe. Joining me today are two beautiful ladies, Mo and Lady Chang. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so today, what do you have to say about girl child labor?
First and foremost, I want to really thank you for having me in this show concerning this interesting topic.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Girl child labor is something that is so rampant in our country. Let me use Nigeria as an example. And then if you want to trace back to the even 1980s, you see that in a country, Nigeria, for example, where even in the former level, employment, you
Yeah.
see men dominating, and then you see the women, they have to go to the market, in order to support the family. And with that, they are putting their children in line by making them to walk on the streets to sell things. And if you even look at it, most households now, they prefer to employ girls as house helps.
Yes.
And you see, this is really hitting deep in our society.
Yes, it's
so
quite
terrible.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
quite. I feel like it's heartbreaking because I feel like so many girls are denied of their childhood
Honestly,
because
Bianca,
of this.
honestly,
They are really denied of their childhood, and I want to know, what are some of the factors that lead to girls engaging in girl child labor? Do you know any factor?
yeah, we have a lot of factors.
Okay.
One of them, which is lack of education for the parents.
Okay,
We have
yes.
we have rural and urban migration.
Yes.
That is in the case where one auntie will just say, let me call my auntie, can you bring your daughter over? I will
yes,
take
over
care of
to-
her.
yes.
And then the children get there, and then they are doing something else.
Of course.
And then we have poverty. Is so
Yes.
alarming. Poverty is one of the
Yes.
factors that is
Yes.
causing all of this.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I feel like also
Also, sorry, and also
yeah.
increase in school fees.
That's
The
another
fees,
thing.
tuition fees, so
So
high.
high
Yeah.
because so many parents cannot really provide that,
Yeah.
and some of them can be loss of a parent, or sometimes both parents can, unfortunately, you know things like that happen.
Yeah,
So I would want to go further to know, like, what are the implications. Of course, there's some implications
Yeah, of
of
course.
girl child labor. They affect them physically, mentally,
Mentally, yeah.
emotionally. So I want to know some of the implications. Do you know any one? How
Well,
can it
one of
affect
the
them?
implications, and which is so rampant, is that you see these girls having to do elderly things. They have this street life.
Yes.
At a very young age.
Yes,
They have
that's
it, and
true.
then it leads to how do I put it now? Depression. It leads to depression. Some of them, they don't get over it with time. You see them grow up having a better life, but that thing keeps,
still there.
yes, it sticks.
Is still there.
Yeah.
And some of them, I feel like, the sexual assault, that
Health
thing,
risk.
health risks
Yeah.
can lead to something else, from one thing to another, and
yes,
another and
yes.
another. Some people contact killable diseases, which can actually cost their life,
yes.
which is very bad.
Low self-esteem too.
It's true. That's true. And these are some of the underlying implications that one can get from it. So here, I feel like, let's not just bring it to ourselves. We're not just talking about Nigeria. Now we are going further. We are looking at the world itself, the globe. So how many girls do you feel, or do you think, around the globe, how many girls are currently affected by the girl child labor? At least there should be an estimation. I don't
Well,
know.
to my own research, about 63 million girls.
63 million
I'm
girls.
telling you, around the
And
world.
it's counting.
Of course.
Wow.
It is.
So-
Day by day.
Okay, so I really want to know, the country with the highest number of this girl child labor. And I also want to know where Nigeria is placed. Over to you, Lady Chang. Do you have anything to say? I know you have something to say.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here. Well, fortunately for Nigerians, we are on the third position.
Third?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
India is
Really?
number one, yeah. Then
Whew.
China, Nigeria, Indonesia,
Wow.
Yeah, we have, should I say we have hope?
No, that's not really hope.
Not really hope.
Because, I mean,
At least
we
we're
are
on
like
that position.
third position.
But at least I was actually thinking she would say one, but third. Okay.
Okay.
Fine.
It's a thing.
It's a thing, but we pray we don't move up.
We pray we go down.
Yes, that's the
Because
prayer.
before
We
now,
will
we
go
are thinking
down.
on the second, So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I notice you guys are just focused on the girl child, the girl child, the girl child. What happens to the boy child? I mean, why make the girl child the center of victimization? When using research, right? The last time I was going through UNICEF database in terms of this boy child labor in general, I've got to find out that the boy child is about boy child labor is about 58%.
58.
Yes, out of 100
In Nigeria or
across the globe.
okay.
Wow.
Then the girl child labor is about 42.
42%.
Minus 58.
42,
58.
58.
You understand? So it's more of the boy child that undergo the labor
Than
you
the
guys
girl
are
child.
focusing on the
Honestly,
girl
but
child.
I still feel this affects the girl. Honestly, because even while we grow up, we are made to do choices.
I'm not disputing the fact that it affects the girl child. I'm only saying that
Okay.
it affects the boy child more. So if we have to talk about child labor, it should be child labor, not girl child labor.
Okay,
It's more like we are victimizing, focusing on the
Lady
girl
Chan.
child as a victim.
Lady Child, sorry, I want to ask, like, looking at it, if you want to like weigh it or scale it, anyhow you want to do it, the girl child and the boy child, who do you think this child labor affects the more?
I mean, statistics has obviously said
No, not about statistics
not
right now.
about
Like,
statistics.
we
I wanna-
are,
yes,
yes, personally.
I feel it's the boy.
Wow.
Okay, you feel it's the boy.
Yes, because they tend to pick the boy or the boys to do the hard labor that the women cannot do. I mean, whatever women are used to do as labor, it's not those. I mean, you've already said it does not exceed domestic chores, and
What about sex workers? Uh-huh.
But imagine you have a mind now, and maybe it's just an illustration. You are involved in trafficking kids. You will certainly traffic the male child just to work in your mind. You will not pick. The woman will not come into your mind first.
I don't
okay,
agree.
Take for instance, I'm sorry to bring this. Okay, it's and I'm not sure if I should be talking about it, but during the time of slavery,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It was basically the men that was always doing the hard labor on the field. Then
Okay.
the women, they were doing the tilling, then the women come to harvest or pick whatever has been harvested back home and do chores. I'm not saying the female or the girl child are not involved in labor. I'm only saying the boy child are more involved because they tend to. Society believes that the boys, right, have more strength to do tedious work compared to the female.
But I feel
like-
the male right now,
Yes.
their own if I want to put it, maybe the aspect of boy child labor is elevated. Let's say, for example, in a formal setting,
Okay.
in an organization, you see men dominating, but women are meant to do all these other things out of school. If you even look at sex workers, they take these girls to somewhere we don't know, have men sleep with them,
Yes,
for
for
them
example,
to produce more
more
kids,
kids.
for them to sell.
For example, like just something that just trended online where some girls were packaged from Nigeria and exported to Ghana
Honestly,
for
It still
sexual-
doesn't change the fact that the boy child are also the boys are also involved in child labor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get my point. I'm not disputing the fact that girl child are involved. I'm only saying the boy child own is more. But you know, as ladies, we are always any little thing. Yeah. But the guys tend to like keep mute. I'm a man. You know, I'm supposed to handle this.
Yes.
You know,
yes. And I feel like most of them, well, I'm coming to, agree a little with her point.
Okay.
Because, the male have this aura of
Ego.
I'm a man.
Yeah.
So most of them do face some of these things, mostly when it
Challenges,
comes
yeah.
to the sexual assault aspect. But how will they come out to say it?
say it, yeah.
How will they look at them? What will they think? Like a guy come and tells my guy, I got sexually assaulted. The guy will be like, you, like how? Why would you say that thing? Yes. How come?
Yeah.
How
You
will
now
it
look like a
happen?
sissy, like
Yes.
a weak
Yeah,
person.
I
A
get
weak
it,
person, you're
I
coming to
get
tell
it,
me
I
you
get you.
did.
But
But
when a woman comes out-
I'm like, I just
Oh,
everybody's eye is on her
Yeah.
because she's a lady, she's a female. So I get her point. I get where she
She's coming
is
from,
coming from. So I feel like let's not just be one-sided, because statistics itself showed that ladies or girls, the line 42, right, and 58
For the boys.
for the boys. So now it's as if the boys are dying inside.
Exactly.
Now they aren't coming out, but statistically speaking, they are mostly affected. Imagine if they are coming out to air their views. And also, I feel like this issue is something the government know about. There's nothing like the government don't know about it and we're just
Of
going
course
to leave
they
it.
are.
Like, no, every single sector of the government know about this.
it, yeah.
And I really want to know if they are taking, what are the measures? Are they taking any measure to see to read, or are they just sitting down there waiting and hoping one day everything will change? I just want to know, are there any, have you heard about every measure taking to combat that situation?
Well, before I answer your question, okay, I just want to say this because it's something that just happened of recent. I traveled home, and then at around 2 a.m., a girl came knocking at the door. The gate at home. And because it's actually a compound where everybody, different family live in, right?
Okay.
And she was knocking and knocking, So my dad went to open the gate, and lo and behold, it was our neighbor's daughter. What happened? She was sent all the way to Abuja, right, to be a domestic helper. And then I don't know what really happened. But how heartless can you be as a woman to send your helpmate back home in the evening? That she got to her village at around 2 a.m. A 16-year-old girl.
Wow.
So, this thing, for her to come over to Abuja, it was a consent given by her parents. So, let's not be quick to say what are the governments are aware, what are the government supposed to do.
I get you.
We first of all start from the parents. What are they supposed to do? Before giving your child out, are you sure your child is going to be safe in the hands of this person you're sending? You shouldn't stay in the village. Boasting your child is in the city doing walking. Is your child safe? What if something happened to that girl? She just had to come home that night. So let's focus on the parents. And like you initially said that lack of education, exposure, and everything. There's a big gap between education and exposure. Our parents exposed enough to know that most of these home chores and everything shouldn't be, something that should be encouraged. We shouldn't send our kids to go and, if our kids have to live with someone, even family members, they are not so safe, But even if they have to, it should be within the family, not some stranger.
Yes.
Anything can happen.
Yes. Okay, I really, really agree with you concerning the exposure. And that is something that most parents do not have. Some parents are too overconfident because they've heard
Yeah.
they are going to a city and they're going there too. So there's this, will I call it a mindset they already have, or they already sees that, okay, she's going to city, everything is
It's perfect.
fine.
Yeah, everything
Everything
is
is fine,
fine.
which is not meant to be
They will
so.
even, some
Parents,
of them will be
please.
expecting that the child should
Yes.
start sending money.
Exactly.
Of course, within this,
Exactly.
most of them within the space of
1 month.
1 month, your
At
child is
least.
sending in money. That should be questionable.
Yes.
But okay, for now, let's go on a commercial break. And when we are back, we'll continue with the show.
Hey Nigerians, are you ready to embark on an educational journey like no other? To expand your horizon, ignite your curiosity, and unleash your full potential beyond classroom? Welcome to Naija Educational TV.
Wait, what is this all about?
Naija Educational TV is not just a channel, it's an initiative brought to you by Bringing on Africa in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Education with a mission to provide inclusive and equitable quality education for all. Whether you're a student looking to enhance your learning or a parent concerned with what your word watch, Naija Educational TV got you covered.
Dive into our fascinating shows like live debate, quiz, documentaries, and lots more, all aligned with the UNESCO agenda.
So why wait? Tune in to Naija Educational TV today by subscribing to our YouTube channel and follow us on all our social media platforms to be edutained.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us now, this is the MindSpark podcast show with Bianca on Naija Education TV, powered by Bring It On Africa, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Education. And here, of course, this is the first of its kind where we promote education and its content. Thank you for joining us. All right, so back to the show. We were actually talking about how to tackle the girl child labor, and here we have mainly focused on the exposure aspects. Yes, that's the last part, the exposure aspect. And we were talking about the parents. Some parents are not actually exposed to where their children are going to. They do not really know the particular environment these kids are going to, and it's it is so disheartening to see that some of these kids do not really go to the place where those parents think they are actually going to. I would always refer to this recent scenario of some group of ladies leaving Nigeria. And the worst part was that when they were interviewing these girls, they said that their parents don't know where they are. that is the I don't know how to say it. Their parents don't know where they are. And one of the girls said something. She said her own brother brought her here. Now, who knows what the brother told the parents? Because of course you would tell the parents something that will make them relax
and
Yeah.
not look for her.
and not look for her. And they were there for like close to 3 weeks or so.
Wow.
And well, thanks to the people who saw them and had to bring them back to Nigeria. So now we are still tackling this issue on how we can create an awareness, on how we can let the people out there know what is actually happening to our girl child. Yes, she earlier said the boy child is also involved. For now, we agree with that. The boy child is involved. But here we are talking about the girl child, because I feel like the girl child, there are so many risks involved in girls, in females. There's so many risks involving them. I feel like their case is quite delicate a little bit,
Yeah.
Yes. So here we are trying to find out how we can tackle this. And she was talking about, Lady Chang was talking about exposure, their parents not being, really being exposed to some of these things. So what do you have to say, Mo?
Well, like she said, honestly, the parents, they need to do more.
Yes.
If we want to talk about the government should do this, they should set up a policy, everything begins at home.
Thank you.
It's from the foundation. Once the foundation is destroyed, there's nothing the righteous can do about it.
Oh my God.
So
I get that.
the parents, they need to do more.
More. Thank you.
And of course, the government, they've been trying. We have some NGOs that have been put in place to tackle all
Yeah.
this kind of
Even
acts.
that Feed the Children's School.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the former,
Yeah.
the wife of the former president.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the problem now is most of these
Are
organizations
they
are not functioning.
Are they
We
functioning?
lack
That's the question.
sustainability.
Yes.
We lack sustainability. If only, I know we cannot help the entire population of
Of
the
course.
country in
Of course
terms
you
of this
can't.
level thing. Okay, but at least if we have sustainability, it will go a long way. I'm sure at least up to 70 or maybe 80%,
80%.
as the case may
Yes.
be.
At least the advantage should be more
Yeah.
than the disadvantage. So here, at least the government has a role to play.
Yeah.
The parents has more role to play.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way.
When the government are setting up this organization, they must follow it up.
Up.
It's not just about setting up the organization,
just
they
leaving
collect
it.
funds and some people will just pocket it and
And yes.
and they need to follow it up.
Yes.
They
it's
need
true.
to follow it up.
Another thing again, we should come back to the parents. Sorry, I'm always focused on
Of
the
course,
parents.
Of course, because
I
children
support you
begins
on
at
this.
home.
Please, reduce the way we are looking bed. For some people that feel like it is a competition
Competition
to put to bed.
thing.
Bad.
I mean,
Reduce
Honestly.
it. If you cannot take care of more than one child, you reduce the number of child.
some people have a football team. Like, I just saw one, and yes, mostly in the rural areas.
Yeah.
You see them giving birth and giving birth. One woman has like 13 children. I saw it. I'm like,
Oh, do you know, Bianca,
Really?
funny enough, let me say, I'm so sorry if,
No, cool.
the rich people now,
Yeah.
they don't even,
give birth that much. Like,
like,
they
Even
don't.
when they have the money. I know of someone, right? We're having a conversation about a lady that was just giving birth. And then something popped up of one senator that died. That was when I was still in school in Cross River State. Of one senator's only son, only child in short, and he's a boy who died, And the woman stood up and just dusted her buttocks. I was like, me, I'll keep giving birth though. All these ones that people are telling me to reduce it, that cannot take care of it. I'll give birth. Anyone that want to come and borrow some and adopt some.
Can you
I'll-
imagine?
And you see, that's the mindset most people are using. And this is the problem we have. Will I say here in Africa or Nigeria, like the rural parts? I feel like there should be, and yes, we want to curb the reduce the girl child labor. There should be an enlightenment. This is where the educative part. That is why you need to educate the girl, educate the boy on some of these issues that are going to come up in future. They need to be educated. Okay, so final word from our beautiful ladies.
So
Mo?
my own take is that either the government, no government, the parents should do more. We should stop releasing these children into the lion's den.
No.
We
Yes.
need to,
That's a
we
key
need to
word.
guide them.
Yeah.
We need to guide them. It's very important.
Very
Let's
important.
not just rely on the government. The parents, the foundation.
Yes.
That's the main
Need to
thing.
be dealt
Yes,
with.
that's just my own take.
Thank you
That's
so
my
much. Final word.
For me, seek
Yeah.
knowledge. Even the Bible said, my people perish because of lack of
of
knowledge.
wisdom.
Get exposed, women, get exposed. And men, know who you are marrying. So
Yeah.
that you not marry an unexposed woman and keep in the house and then give birth to kids and send them out.
And sell them off without knowing. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
all
you.
for
Thank
having
you
us.
for
I'm telling you, I really enjoyed this show. Thank you so much. I feel like this show is quite a huge one. We're going to have more and more and more of this. So here we are combating, of course, the topic is the girl child labor, and we at the long run we said the male and the female, they are inclusive. So we are going to I think we've changed the theme.
Child labor.
Child labor.
Yeah.
So we need to please do
Yeah.
everything within your power to combat that. Thank you so much for staying with us. Thank you so much. And we're going to see you soon. Still on Naija Education TV. See you next time.